자신 있으면 받아봐.
Hiya! Well, I'm here folks. My review for the new Lifetime to Sinclair. Probably the most glowed out ego of all of Type 5, even enriching a Fluid Sac position as the go-to healing ego. So, how this happened as well?
이 격정 속에서 타올라라.
First things first, the problems that the Up Type 4 has and what Up Type 5 will fix eventually is, first of all,
Dexter. Yes, Soup. Soup. You know what? Just because you donated, I will fucking throw. We're gonna have soup. I hope you're happy. Now I need to let another attack through. No, chat. The donator has spoken. We are going to use Sinclair. It was already said, or how would you say, the statement was already made. Use the soup. We will use the soup and I'll still fucking win this. Just you watch. In Sinclair I trust. In Sinclair we all trust. He's going to roll hits and heal us. Just you wait. Wait, it's clashing! Oh, what? It's what? It wasn't clashing before! What? Why is it clashing? Oh, wait, that... What? Wait, what's happening? What? Faust! What? What? Oh! What the fuck? What? No, Faust, you're throwing! Faust! What the fuck are you doing?
that the fact that old Lifetime to Sinclair is never considered at the making of assist defense and flashable counters is really fucking funny. Then again, this is probably why we have no more air attacking skill. Probably. Maybe. So, to explain, assist defense, right? You intercept an unopposed attack and you use your own special defense skill to clash with it. Well, this includes friendly fire!
Wait, it's clashing! No! What?
If the main target is your allies, that is. Resulting in probably Sinclair losing that clash. Yes, the old Lifetime 2 has a minus coin ego that loads 18 minus 8. So it's highly possible that you are wasting an ego.
I almost did it again. Almost.
Or worse, clashing with Faust.
Wait, it's clashing! No! What?
And dying because eating a 400 pure damage for a certain skill Q is kinda shit. This can also help us with classable defense, like Wild Hunt. The second is that Lifetime 2 staggers your sinners when they are below stagger threshold, thus making the healing not worth it. Your stagger units are dead units, usually. Especially when your sinner is below the stagger threshold, you can use this to get up that stagger threshold, because you will be staggered. Then there's the conditional. If it's not 100% guarantee you get it, it's really not worth it. Why do we have a chance when I already spent my goddamn ego resource and Fluid Sac is right there? And yes, totally not reliable, especially when hitting needs to be extremely reliable. Also the numbers, 10% fucking HP healing. Fluid Sac heals for 15 HP for the whole team, and the SP as well. You can see why Lifetime 2 is shit at Type 4. The ego resource used to be a problem since there is no pure or good burn team that has a gluttony. Even if you do have it, really not worth using it. In today's age, we have the Dawn Fixers Office, specifically Dawn Office Faust, that fixed that with a passive. And its passive, I mean, look at it. What the fuck is this? Tails hit! Is this end call support? Thank god, EM moved on from basing Sinclair's ego on his NCOP ID. You know, 9Q. I still remember that. The corrosion is not good. It basically does not deal enough damage even if it hits 3 random ego resources. All in all, fucking inconsistent. Fucking inconsistent healing that may even stagger your sinners instead of healing them, or while also healing them. A waste of a slot, if you will. And with more and more healing egos, it has fallen out of favor, and even if it has any in the first place. If it even has any in the first place. I take it back. Lifetime 2 has one supporter. You know him.
Upgrades, people, upgrade. 꺾이지 않도록 거세게 휘몰아쳐라.
But how does the new Uptype 5 upgrade the ego into what some might say a meta ego right now? I mean, look at this difference. First of all, they reduced the gluttony cost to 0. Yippee! Thus making this ego easier to fuel by the Bone team, or any bleed team. Next is the fact that this ego does not trigger defensive skills. If your main target is an ally, that is. And though not written on the ego effects, but this ego does not stagger allies anymore. Which should have been there from the beginning, but better late than never, I suppose. No more incidents, hopefully.
Wait, it's clashing! No! What?
Then, the healing. Something I did not mention on its Uptype 4 is the fact that this ego would not heal Sinclair himself, making it even worse. Now, it does heal himself and everybody on the team. I mean. The ego heals self by how many allies targeted by the ego skills up to a max of 20% of Sinclair's max HP. And on hit, the targeted allies heal by the number of allies targeted times 5. And up to 20% of Sinclair's ID max HP, which is now more than likely due to the fact that this ego does not get defensive skill anymore. Friendly defensive skill, which might be more useful than Fluid Sac, because Fluid Sac heals for 15% of max HP, which is wild, especially now that we have 7 teammates that will eat up more slots due to the fact that our IDs will likely have less HP than the enemy even when winning. If we are losing, we will have less HP, of course. There is a few select situations where one ID has a really bad day and losing clashes, but it should have won, and is the only one that needs healing. Remember, your healing stacks with how many allies you target, and such this is more useful as a group heal than a single heal, but sometimes, you know, shit happens. Or, the enemy has unkillable rats that attack the slots forcefully, looking at you, skin proper. But besides that, if you need healing, it's usually better to use Lifetimes 2 rather than Fluid Sac. HP healing, might I add. Afterwards, remember that conditional? Now it's just on hit. The only conditional on tails is hit burn, 7 burn, which is irrelevant, nearly irrelevant. The ego resource amp and the 2 haste will be given to allies and will not be given to the enemy, which is nuts. I hope people can see how good resource amp is, especially if you think through which ego you want to use. Last and last, of course, you want to spend lifetime, basically recuperating nearly everything, 75% by my experience and estimation of the ego resource cost, thus making lifetime 2 more easily used and to generate due to this ego resource amp as long as you can supply said ego resource, that is. And in a burn or bleed team, you probably can do easily so. Subsequently, the corrosion. It has a bit of a go up. Instead of healing, the corrosion leans more on pure damage, with maximum 60% damage conditionals on burn, and another ego resource damage conditional that maxes out at 30%. And also, the ego resource conditional, you consume 3 egos randomly, aka the best conditional, so that it is more reliable rather than just taking the only one and the resource that you have. Yes, and with those damage conditionals, this ego can deal a bonus damage of 90% more damage, and an additional 50% bonus last damage based on the final damage of this skill. But really, you want to use the awakening more than the corrosion, since I think your skill deals more damage anyways. Remember, you are using this on either Tom Sinclair or Don Sinclair, or even Encore Sinclair, and my god, they usually deal more damage than this. Probably. Onwards! Other passive. Look at this. Look how they buff the fuck out of it. So the tails conditioner is still there, that's not the important part. The important part is the best attack buff for IDs with burn. This is an upscale for Tom Sinclair, Don Sinclair, and the one who shall grip Sinclair, because almost 10% damage conditional with a conditional so low that that's basically the game plan, and a heal 4 SP per skill is wild if you are using a plus skill coin. If you are using a minus skill coin, you lose 4 SP. And yes, that's the one who shall grip Sinclair upscale, and only for him because he's the only Sinclair minus coin ID. And with such buff, this passive makes Sinclair able to use lifetime 2 with equal to no resource or SP cost. That's cool. It's like goddamn meta cool. Finally, of course, the teams. The 3 teams that I would recommend are the N-Corps, the racist N-Corps, the Dawn X Thumb team, or the Full Thumb team. While Dawn Office and the Thumb team are meta right now, I want to talk a bit about the N-Corps teams, since there might be a chance that we got a buff from N-Corps Sinclair and N-Corps Faust, a la Ego buff, see Baiting Assault, and the Solomon Mini-Sang. I think that this is just speculation, but I think those two will, or one of them, will be getting the Ego buff from the Battle Pass Ego, I think. And for right now, just be careful when using N-Player to heal your signals, because he is a minus coin ID and he can just go wild and corrode. And always have a second healing ego in your N-Corps team. Of course, there's always Fluid Sac. And back to Dawn Office with the passive active. Dawn Office Sinclair has 0 problems and can just use this ego like normal IDs. And Tom Sinclair has a constant healing, SP healing, and thus making him the hardest sinner to corrode with his ego. All in all, this is a huge buff for Lifetime Sinclair, for Lifetime 2 Sinclair. Now, it heals your team while also recuperating ego resource cost, though not healing SP for the whole team. He does heal SP for himself, and thus, and even more so if it is a burn Sinclair. While yes, there are conditionals for using Fluid Sac or even Hex Nerodion or any other healing ego, what I'll say is that why not use them all? Like, use Lifetime 2 for normal healing because it is the cheapest healing ego right now, and it can generate more ego resources. Fluid Sac when a class is needed, or when you need SP for the whole team. Who cares if it's not meta anymore, just fucking use it. I could never expect Lifetime 2 to be this good, even though all PM did is just give the input that the community has given. And with this Uptime 5, PM has made me believe that every Uptime 5 is more or less a new ego at this point. I just hope they continue this streak of good Uptime 5 buff. Please buff the Hong Luich and ammo poison it would be very fucking funny. And that's all folks, thank you for watching and please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And have a good day! The next video will be 7th Ishmael.